drumming. It reminded me of this chap playing here. That's how I used to play the rounds a day. You know, I never had a lesson. I was never taught anything. I just used to watch like Top of the Pops and drummers playing, watch how they played, and then listen and play to records for hours and hours and hours. And why I'm trying to do this, you know, trying to help you with the scholarship, is because when I did actually get accomplished on the drums, I could never sight read. I never knew any technique or theory, and that kind of hampered my playing, you know. But and also just drawing that attention to you, Lucy, it's your second day here, right? I take my hat off to you, because I would be really, really nervous, you know. And I kind of never learnt to conquer my nerves, and I think that's part of a good performance, is feeling that fear. I used to get fear, excitement and anxiety all mixed up. You know, a lot of times I'd be excited about something, but I think, well, I'm scared, or I never got those things sorted. And I never dealt with those feelings, and I started using drugs, you know, and that hampered everything and kind of ruined my life. But as I say, I never had a lesson in my life. I never learned to read music. I don't know any theory. And that's why I'm hoping this scholarship helps. You know, it would encourage someone to take up, or sorry, you've already taken up drums. Encourage someone to like, keep going, and I hope it makes it a bit easier for you all. You know, and it's a way of, you know, the drums are a fantastic instrument. I love drums in general. You know, I love musicians, but drummers are something special and different. They're all fidgety and they're mad and they're hyperactive. And it's great. You know. I've got a lot of identification with drums. I met you before, you've been before. And I don't really want to get up after everyone, Grenville, because I kind of run out of things to say already. No, do you know what I mean? I wish you all the best. You know, it's a great career, you know, drumming, and you can go into all different fields of music, and I think you're going to get a good grounding here. You know, you're going to learn theory and stuff you need to learn. You know, as I say, I just used to sit. I can't resist it. No, I just used to sit with an outside, get my little stereo with this black vinyl record, and I put it on if you like. I was saying, I forgot, you know, over there, my poor mum and dad. Now, my mum died recently, but my father used to like drive me to gigs, and he'd sit outside while I was doing local gigs, because I'm from Dover, you know, and that's why I've kind of come to this university to help. And he would sit outside while I played with a band for like 3 hours, and then drive me home, you know, and then they would sit in the front room trying to listen to the television, and I'd be in the back. All day long, all evening long, every hour I could get at weekend, because it was like my first addiction, really, drumming. And you know, now it's part of the program. As I told you, I kind of got messed up on drugs and ended up in jail and bankrupt, and a lot of hard times, but I'm like grateful now that, you know, people still buy the Clash albums, which is great. You know, someone over there was listening to one on their way in here today, and I'm very, very lucky, you know, and I feel uncomfortable if I'm just enjoying that and not giving something back. I feel it's wrong. You know, we're in a recession, and you know, if I can do something to help, that's great. So I'll just have a bash, Grenville, because I like being on YouTube.